Doing this while you have an active warrant out for your arrest.
No way.
So I try to fry the fries. They're lukewarm, but they're not hot.
I'm gonna walk you through. Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill. Am I arrested?
Yeah. Come on.
No, let's do it again.
Wavy dropped a video called "The Internet's Dumbest Fast Food Crimes." So the shortest Wavy video that you will ever see, by the way. But the Internet's Dumbest Fast Food Crimes. I'm actually very, very interested. You know what I'm saying? I seen some crazy fast food crimes. I seen somebody pack somebody up over a 4for4 before. You know what I'm saying? Somebody killed somebody over a Popeye chicken sandwich in GTA before. So we've seen some crazy stuff. If we've gone through, if we listened to one of these stories before, we'll skip them like always. Unless the majority of the chat hasn't seen them, then I mean we'll play it out. But I guarantee the Popeyes one is going to be on here. So I mean we'll see if we even want to look at that one, if it's on here. But let's go watch this video by Wavy.
The internet is rife with stories of fast food controversy, be it reports of contaminated meals being served to customers, vile instances of employee misconduct, or videos showcasing psychotic customer meltdowns. There's something about fast food conduct or video contaminated meals being served to customers, vile instances of
Number 1, Burger King. Oh no, number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
employee misconduct or video showcasing.
I ain't gonna lie, this is New York. I don't know why I feel like this is New York. I just feel like redhead, hella aggressive. I could just smell the New York from this video.
Casing psychotic customer meltdowns. There's something about fast food restaurants. It's like the most mind-boggling scenarios play out at these places. And the online world just can't seem to get enough of these tales. In this installment of Fast Food Disasters, we'll be looking at some of the most infamous fast food fiascos out there, and I couldn't think of a better place to start than the Wendy's gator throwing incident. Many of
Florida,
you watching may be
free
familiar
Florida, bro.
with
This is why is this? We definitely heard. We seen an article of this story, but we never heard the entire story. We've only seen the title of the article. So but we know this is in Florida. This is a fact. This is Florida.
mean-spirited prank that's often pulled on hapless fast food workers. That prank being fire in the hole. The act involves a delinquent fast food customer ordering a large soft drink at a drive-thru window only to then hurl the drink back at the restaurant worker.
Bro's accuracy was horrible. How did he do this?
Soft drink at a drive-thru.
By the way, if you harass customer service workers, fast food workers, you have to be one of the worst human beings like ever. I'm not going to with you. Like this is why like you be ruining motherfucking whole days, bro. A lot of the time these people don't even want to be here. But like, how you throw it at point blank range and miss?
Window only to then hurl the drink.
Bro, hold on. He looked like he caught that joint too. That joint don't look like it even spilled out at all.
Back at the restaurant worker, drenching the poor soul in the process. Sadly, fire in the hole has become a time-tested prank, popular for multiple generations of young people at this point. And unsurprisingly, dozens have actually been criminally prosecuted for performing this stunt. But of the many disturbing examples of fire in the hole being performed, no instance tops the time a live alligator was involved. The story begins in October of 2015 with 23-year-old Florida man Joshua James.
Blue Rye, actually Florida don't do none of that crazy shit. That's actually northern Florida. No, that's actually southern Florida. That's eastern Florida. That's the Keys. That's the Florida Keys. We don't do that over here. Like, I would just want y'all Florida to take accountability. Like, just accept it at this point.
Doorsman, a Florida redneck with a penchant for animal wrestling. Friends of the man say that Joshua recreationally caught snakes, lizards, and most importantly to this story, alligators. On one October day, Josh and a small group of associates managed to wrangle a gator, a young one approximately 3.5 feet in length. Initially aggressive and thrashing, the wild reptile would eventually become docile, likely exhausted from its fight with the Florida men. With a live gator now in their possession, the boys begin to ask themselves, what next? Fried gator? A new pet? Release the poor thing?
I just want to point this out here. Only Florida, I said Florida, that sounds so crazy. Only Florida redneck trash is about to wrestle a gator and win. That's crazy.
None of the above. Joshua James and his friends, likely inspired by some of the viral fire in the hole videos on social media at the time, decided they'd put their own Florida spin on the already dangerous prank. They decided instead of throwing soda at a fast food employee, they would throw their live alligator into a drive-thru window. The story goes that Joshua and one of his gator wrangling accomplices
Gator toss at Royal Paul drive-thru. Suspect's parents say it was just a... Yo, you can't do that shit, bro. Everybody from like 2012 to like 2016, 2017 would literally do the worst pranks. Pushing people in public, punching people in public. And then when the person reacted, he'd be like, it's a prank, bro. Like, it's a prank supposed to be a safeguard. Like, come on, bro. It's like, it's the same as It's a Joke and Unbanned Request, but it's worse.
Would later pull up to the Wendy's drive-thru restaurant
Jay,
located in Royal Palm Beach, Florida.
Y'all can stop bringing up that prank every time we bring up the word prank. We can just stop bringing it up.
The man ordered a drink and then drove up to the drive-thru window to meet the unfortunate soul on the receiving end of their devious stunt. During the drive-thru interaction, the worker turned their back to the group, and seeing their opportunity, Josh pulled the gator from the back seat of his truck and hurled the tormented reptile through the drive-thru window. The startled beast hissed as it landed inside Wendy's, sending workers into a panic. The cashier was so terrified by the presence of the alligator.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I'd be terrified if I was her. She's stronger than me. I ain't gonna cap to you.
To a panic. The cashier was so terrified by the presence of the alligator, she jumped out of the drive-thru window as Josh sped away in his truck. The gator-tossing gang likely feeling that they'd committed the greatest act of fire in the hole in history. And while this may—
What about a job though? Like, where these cannot be employed? You just, I don't know. Sometimes you could smell the unemployment on people. That sounds crazy out of context, but sometimes you could smell the unemployment on people because some people have too much time on their hands.
May be true, the act would come with consequences, as not only did Josh and his friends harm the gator by throwing it, they petrified everybody inside of the Wendy's restaurant. Wendy's management would notify authorities over the gator inside of their facility. It was later captured and released back into the wild by Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation officers. They traced the soft drink purchased at the time of the gator throwing back to Joshua James.
Damn.
After a thorough investigation, the man was arrested several months later. He was taken into custody where he would confess to being the Wendy's gator thrower. As a result of his alligator antics, Joshua was facing some pretty serious charges. The most remarkable of these charges being aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to do less than murder and unlawful possession of a gator. After being arrested and charged, the man posted bail and was released from jail. Shortly after getting out, Joshua was approached by a group of journalists and he agreed to do an ad hoc interview with them.
Y'all just be interviewing any like cracked out Florida jit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is wild.
And the man was rather candid in the interview, saying that he didn't mean any harm by his stunt, he just wanted to do something funny. And he also claims that he had a friend that worked at the Wendy's, so he thought it wouldn't be that big of a deal if he threw the gator in there.
The third fast food crime is Ryan slap boxing an old lady for a chicken sandwich.
So the person you threw it at was your friend or no?
No, it was a different person, but I'm sure he's working there at the time and got a chance to see it. So.
Do you have anything to say to the people at Wendy's?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for what I did. I mean,
that was the most unapologetic sorry I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, well, you know, dude, I'm sorry for what I did. Like, man, I'm really sorry for what I did, man. Like, stop it. Like, he's not sorry. I think we all know this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for what I did. I mean, you know, just being stupid, not thinking, and obviously I found out what the consequences were, and I gotta pay for them, so.
And so you never meant to harm anybody, you're saying?
No, absolutely not. I never meant for anybody to get hurt.
I can't tell if he lying is a speech impediment or like he might like not be all the way there. I don't know. Or maybe drugs. I don't know.
The man was given 12 months of probation and compelled to complete 75 hours of community service, and he had to pay a fine and court costs of $1,200. A Florida wildlife worker commented
Which you
on
know
the
he cannot pay because bro is not working right now.
judge's sentencing. He may have thought this was something funny he was doing, but I've been bitten by alligators. I've seen what alligators can do, and I think that's probably something the judge took a look at. The gator tosser's disregard for public safety landed him a criminal record. Our next fast food disaster story involves another highly ignorant man. A man so dumb that he posted a video of himself committing a fast food related crime onto YouTube. When you're surfing the web, it's often common to see articles and videos showcasing secret menu items and menu hacks.
Hey guys, the Arby's Mute Mountain is back on the secret menu, said nobody ever.
One fast food hack out there is actually illegal to participate in, which brings us to the topic of the Del Taco scammer. Meet Robert Echeverria.
I'm not gonna hold you. Robert, I could tell this go to Del Taco religiously. You skip a couple days. I'm not gonna cap you.
In 2008, Robert was featured in a rough video published to YouTube titled How to Scam Del Taco. This infamous video showcased Robert making a call to his local Del Taco restaurant wherein he attempts to trick the restaurant workers into giving him free food under the pretense that they had screwed up a previous order he had made, which he never actually made an order. Robert and his affiliates shot this video in the parking lot of the very Del Taco that they would wind up scamming. The act took place in Rialto, California, about 50 miles east of Los Angeles, and the man was aided by two friends, 18-year-old Ian Roman and 18-year-old Brian Fawcett. Involved him telling a story where he claims that he sent his two sons to pick up Del Taco and that the restaurant had completely screwed up the order and put sour cream on everything. He claims that after getting this screwed up order, he called Del Taco corporate over the matter and was given the green light to get a free meal.
How you doing, Rosie? My name's Robert Kennedy. I frequent your establishment about 2 to 3 times a
Motherfucker said I frequent your establishment
week.
2 to 3 times a week. Damn. God damn, bro, got the BlackBerry on him. Like, this is crazy. This is some deep links. This is some crazy links to get like a $13 meal. Well, I don't know. Del Taco was out in Cali, but I didn't really eat it. Like I was there, I went there, but I didn't get food from there, so I don't even know how much it costs. But it cannot be that expensive to where you're doing this.
And I'm calling about an incident that happened earlier. I talked to the manager. They were getting off at the time. They told me to call in when I got home from work. Basically, what happened was I sent my son Isaiah and my son Cody in for not a substantial amount of food, but for a good amount of food. And when the food came back, I told them to take it back. They had no receipt from the order, and the order contained sour cream, and I don't eat sour cream. And at the same time, our sodas were wrong. And when I called, I actually called corporate. Corporate told me to call the manager.
Did y'all know people do this? Like, people finesse a lot doing this. They'll call and say their order was wrong, but it wasn't ever wrong. Niggas will finesse by doing this a lot. Sending in a battalion for the eats. Like, and this, I'm talking about every fast food place, bro. People will literally just be like, I'm not trying to pay $13. So they'll take an hour out their day to fabricate, especially at Panera, bro. Customers, I swear half them had to be lying. They would say something's wrong with their order. So even if they couldn't, like, we didn't have much to go off, so we would have to write their name down, especially if they was mad. Just have to write their name down because that's all we could do. And literally, there would be so many people, yo, my God, there wasn't no broccoli and cheddar in my broccoli cheddar soup. And we would have to write it down, and they can get a free meal whenever they wanted to. Panera has to be the most finesse company in history. I ain't gonna lie. Lottie, thank you for the prime.
And that they will fix it. So that's what I'm basically calling for.
It seems like Rob has rehearsed this story. Like, you gotta wonder how many times he's pulled this stunt. Now, when it had become clear that the restaurant workers were buying his tall tale, he would send Ian and Brian inside to pick up their free meal. Under the guise of them being his sons, the two 18-year-olds would go in and pick up the fraudulent spread. The Del Taco evac was caught on camera by Rob's gang of scammers. Rob's minions would then return to his vehicle with a bag filled to the brim of Del Taco. The Tex-Mex kingpin could be seen braggadociously munching his spoils as the video comes to a close. The Del Taco scam was a complete success. Rob's Del Taco scam tutorial video was uploaded to YouTube on February 22nd of 2008 to the Nickel and Dime YouTube channel. Opinions from the public would quickly flood into its comment section, with many praising Rob for his elaborate scheme while others warned him of potential Del Taco retribution. This guy is a good con man.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. The worst thing for this dude right here would be to get banned from Del Taco. Jail wouldn't even be like, even jail or community service or whatever you get wouldn't be worse. The worst thing in his life would be a permanent ban from Del Taco.
The simple details he adds really makes it more believable. The son's name, saying he has salmonella, etc. That seems like quite a lot of effort to go through to avoid paying even a few bucks for a few tacos. Using Del Taco's kindness against them, this is what makes the world a colder and less kind place. I hope this guy pays the maximum price under the law for this. He's a true jerk. Clever social engineering tactic. I don't think this was a good idea in any way, but I'll give the dude credit. He's a good talker. I frequent your establishment 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, right. Looks more like 23 times a week.
Yeah, why he fat shaming him? Why he fat shaming him, Chad? Dan, that's tough.
This guy needs anything, it's not Del Taco. In the early days of YouTube, the Del Taco scam video was truly one of a kind, and it went viral, amassing tens and eventually hundreds of thousands of views. Unfortunately for Rob, though, this attention meant that the Del Taco scam video would eventually make it back to Del Taco themselves. Perhaps with YouTube being so niche at the time, Rob never expected his fast food victim to find the video. For this naivety, he would be punished severely. Apparently, a viewer who knew Rob in real life recognized him in the video and called police over the matter.
No way a nigga snitched. Yo, that nigga's a bitch. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. That is crazy. Yo, I'm not saying bro's right because he's wrong for that. But bro, imagine you do some shit and somebody, and the funny thing is, bro, it's not like this is a crime like he killed somebody in GTA or he had EDP or something like that. Bro gains nothing out of this. Yo, low-key bro's a hater. Like bro dead ass hated on him. Bro's like, yo, I know this dude. Yo, let me go snitch on him. Bro reported it to the police. That is wild, bro. Yo, that is so wild.
The video. For this naivety, he would be punished severely. Apparently, a viewer who knew Rob in real life recognized him in the video and called police over the matter, reporting his fraudulent activity to authorities. With all the evidence they needed publicly viewable on YouTube, they promptly tracked the man down and arrested Rob. This obese fraudster was hit with a felony commercial burglary charge and placed on a $125,000 bond. Police had this to say about Rob after he was arrested and put in jail. He was quite proud of himself there in the video, but he cried like a big baby back here. Both Brian Fawcett and Ian Hobbs were also arrested due to their connection with the Del Taco
Imagine going to jail over this
shit. In March of 2008, Robert would plead guilty and was sentenced to serve 30 days in jail along with 3 years of probation and was
He's gonna get banned. The 30 days, he'll be able to handle that. Let's see if he gets banned.
Completely banned from the Rialto
Damn! That nigga, he heard 30 days. He's like, okay, bet. Got all them probations. He's like, okay, yeah. But he said, okay, bet. When he heard all them probations, them jail years. But as soon as he heard that he banned for life from Del Taco, he just like, damn.
Alto Del Taco. After the conclusion of the case, the district attorney commented, "I tried to get him to stay away from all Del Tacos, but the judge said just the one." As for Ian and Brian, unfortunately, I'm unable to ascertain exactly what their sentences were, but I would imagine it was less than Rob the Kingpin. Recording yourself scamming Del Taco is pretty stupid, but
yeah,
Rob has nothing on our next guy, an individual that went to jail over cold fries from McDonald's.
Now, if y'all told me that
get into our next,
if y'all told me that this
that
nigga
went
right
to
here,
jail over,
y'all told me this nigga right here committed a crime over McDonald's, I believe you. Just off seeing the nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I would believe you, bro. There's no way, bro. Dog, motherfuckers in Panera used to be like, why is the cookie not heated up? There'll be a microwave. There's literally a microwave 5 steps away from the niggas. They're like, no, I want you to heat it up. Heat up the cookie. We're like, we don't got a microwave back. Heat up the cookie. You put it in the oven. I was like, bro, there's a microwave right there. Heat up the cookie. There's a microwave literally in the Panera. You don't even gotta go home for it. There's a microwave in Panera. So I'm not even surprised. I don't even be surprised.
Over cold fries from McDonald's. Joint gets your order wrong, it can be frustrating. But it's not the end of the world. In light of a screw up, most people ask the restaurant for a refund or simply wait around for them to remake the order correct.
What's the worst a restaurant has fucked up on your order? I think the worst a restaurant has fucked up on my order, bro, is that I forget. It was probably Burger King back in 2014 when I actually still ate Burger King. Burger King, I had ordered a Whopper, some chicken fries, some fries, and a large high C. Now the high C was self-serve, so of course I got my drink, but the Whopper I got had no fucking patty on it. There wasn't no fries on it. Somebody ate 3 of the chicken fries. And of course, I'm not gonna hold you, my dumb ass didn't check till we was already home, so it was too late. I was sad as hell that day. But always check your food before you leave the premises. That'd be the worst thing when you get back home and then something's wrong with it. Just check it before. No patty.
However, there does exist a small cohort of individuals that have reacted disproportionately to a restaurant getting their order wrong, such as the folks who have called police over mismatched items in their bags.
And what did the owner say to you?
Well, I ordered a chicken sandwich, and basically the owner, I told him right before I ordered, I can't eat tomatoes because I'm allergic.
It goes without saying that it takes a room temperature IQ to think it's worth calling the police over a fast food order. But you know what's even more outrageously stupid? Doing this while you have an active warrant out for your arrest.
No way.
Meet 24.
Oh, what y'all think his name is? Do y'all think his name is going to end in Tay or Tavius? I'm feeling a Tay, and the name going to end in Tay or Tavius. DeMarcus, Jaquavion, Tavius, real quickly. Bubba Johnson. I'm going to get, let me get a Tavius or a Tay, like Keontae, Devontae. And then his last name is going to be like Jackson or Johnson. Or something like that. That's what I'm going to go with.
Active warrant out for your arrest. Meet 24-year-old Antoine Sims.
Antoine. Damn, nigga name is fucking Antoine. Yeah, that's a name. That's a title. Nigga name is fucking Antoine. Damn. I'm not gonna hold you. I wouldn't have guessed that, but that actually makes sense. Bro's name is Antoine.
In August of 2022, Mr. Sims would enter and place an order at a Kennesaw, Georgia McDonald's location. This man, who was said to have been with his fiancée at the time, found himself becoming frustrated at the length of time it was taking the employees to prepare his food. Nearly 10 minutes had passed and Sims was still waiting. The man eventually snapped, and with no receipt in hand, he questioned the cashier what was taking so long. Well, it turns out that Antoine Sims' order number had already been called and he didn't notice it because he didn't have his receipt. His food was ready and had been sitting out ready to be picked up for several minutes at this point. After this discovery, the man would inspect his meal, only to find that his French fries had become cold. Enraged by this development, Sims was said to have furiously demanded staff to make him some fresh French fries. The man is—
You gotta stay away from people like this, bro. Motherfuckers who actually get seriously mad, like furious over cold French fries, will probably steal the gas out your own car. Don't ask me how. I don't know how, but he will. Like, you can't be around niggas like this. He coked up? Yeah, he definitely coked up.
Has been quoted as saying this to management, quote, "You better give me some fucking French fries, motherfucker." This situation was said to have escalated into a physical altercation with Antoine Sims allegedly throwing his food and drink at the McDonald's manager. Due to Mr. Sims' aggressive action, the incensed man was kicked out of the store by the McDonald's team, and he was told to never return. Antoine Sims was livid after being thrown out of the establishment. And
chat. What do y'all think he's doing? Do y'all think he is going to A, never come back to the establishment, B, come back but just yell at them and give him a piece of his mind. Or 3, come back with a weapon and attack somebody in a worse way. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? A, B, C. A, B, C. Y'all think he's going to A, not come back at all, B, come back but just yell and not really do nothing else, or 3, come back with a weapon and actually like go crazy? I'm thinking C, but let's see. You see that?
In his rage, he decides to make a phone call. The vengeful man found it prudent to dial 911 and explain to authorities that McDonald's was refusing to supply him with a fresh order of French fries. After much haranguing, dispatch would eventually capitulate and send officers to the scene to investigate this French fry fiasco. A short time later, officers would arrive at McDonald's and police body cam footage would record Antoine detailing his dilemma.
Okay, it was D. Dumbass, nigga. It was fucking dumbass, nigga. It was dumbass. Okay, so now what do y'all think he's gonna do? Because this nigga's gonna get. Do y'all think he's gonna be able to A, go home, or B, he's gonna get arrested and then he's gonna go down like just calmly, just go downtown calmly, or C, he's running? I'm thinking the nigga's gonna run. I can tell by his face. I can tell he's gonna run. He's gonna run. I can tell he's gonna run. I don't know. Like I feel like he's gonna run. He's definitely getting arrested here, but he's gonna run. I can tell. You could just tell just by the look on his face. This nigga got nothing to lose. So yeah, he's running. Anybody who's going to fight over McDonald's fries got nothing to lose.
I guess our order was called, but we don't even know our order number. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So now our food is sitting there cold. So when I come up, I say, you know, I try the fries they're lukewarm, but they're not hot. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I just
not even cold, it's lukewarm. You causing all this? He's coked up, bro.
Can we get some fresh fry? Okay. He said, okay.
And he has a warrant. Mind you, Chad, he has a warrant.
Not hot. And at this point, you done touched them, so you know. Yeah. Can I just get it fresh set? Okay. So is he getting the fries? And I said, can I also get the receipt? That was 5 minutes ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, sir. 5 minutes ago, I can run my store however I want to run my store. This now, sir, I didn't pay. He said, matter of fact, you can leave my property. Get off my property now.
The ever so patient police selected his first and last name. Then they entered the restaurant to speak with the McDonald's franchise owner. The McDonald's workers would point out that Antoine was the aggressor, and the owner of the restaurant would also point out that he noticed a probation anklet on Antoine's leg.
W snitch. Now he got his first, his last name, and he peeped. Yeah, W snitch.
Basically suggesting that he thought the man was out on probation.
He insists that all his food's cold. Okay. He's burning my hands, so whatever. That's, doesn't really matter. Okay. Took it to the next level, starts cussing me. You better give me that fresh fries, It's like, what? Starts losing it, starts shoving his food at me. And I said, sorry. I said, well, tell you what, you can take your business elsewhere. Give me a car, give me a refund. No, you're not going to give me an effing refund. You're going to give me food and my money back. So I don't want him CT. I don't want to ever have him back.
Customers are the most entitled people in the fucking world, bro. How do you want your food and the money back? I had some motherfuckers at Panera I know I brought up Panera, but it's because I worked in customer service, because I could relate with a lot of this. But I've had so many motherfuckers try to get their food and the money back. Nigga, what kind of la-la land do we live in? Nigga, pick one. You want the food or you want your money back? You can't get both, my nigga. You can't get both. But at Panera is so fucking... The customer's always right. Yup, customer's always right. And sometimes we oblige by the motherfuckers. Even though I hate that shit. But because Panera is fucking brain dead and has the customer's always right policy, sometimes them niggas be giving in and giving them the food and their money back for some reason.
Okay. I mean, dude's obviously on probation, got an ankle bracelet on.
After speaking with the owner, it seemed as if police thought that McDonald's was in the right in this situation. The officer would then reapproach Mr. Sims and inform him that he was no longer allowed to go into the restaurant and asked him if he would be willing to sign an acknowledgement form stating such.
Damn, he could have really went home at this point. He has a whole warrant. This nigga's actually an idiot.
Still hung up on getting new French fries, Mr. Sims wasn't thrilled about the development but kind of played ball for the time being.
He does not want you coming back in the store. He actually wants us to criminally trespass you, so you will not be allowed back at this McDonald's.
I don't even stay here.
It doesn't matter. He's requested it. We got to do it. It's not a big deal. It's a piece of...
Charge me?
No, we're not charging you. It's a piece of paper we're going to give you that's going to say, hey, you can't come back to this McDonald's. That's all it is.
Wow. Like,
Yeah.
no, just realistically, did I do anything wrong?
I don't know. I'm not here to even figure that out. I'm here to keep the peace.
Now at this point, the officer would go back to his police cruiser to get that acknowledgement form that he mentioned, but while inside his car, he decided to do a little bit of investigation about the theory that Antoine Sims was a man on probation. He runs his name through the police database. And after running Antoine's name through his police cruiser computer, the officer was stunned to discover that the man had an active warrant out for his arrest.
Nigga's a
Turns
fucking
out,
idiot. He has so many chances to not do this, bro.
Antoine Sims had been arrested back in 2018. The man was suspected of being connected to the murder of a woman named Adeliza Murtovic.
He has a warrant for murder? He has a murder warrant out? Motherfucker, if you have a murder warrant out and you on the run, you're supposed to be hiding, bro. By the way, you shouldn't do that in the first place. But bro, you're supposed to be in hiding. You outside complaining about like cold fries, lukewarm fries, complaining to the police, talking to the police, having a whole conversation with the police, signing shit for the police, giving your first and last name to the police. This nigga has to be on some class A drug. I'm not going to cap to you, bro.
This woman was thought to have been accidentally killed in a botched drug deal. And prosecutors were alleging Antoine Sims of assisting the perpetrators in hiding evidence of the crime. Apparently, Antoine had missed a court date pertaining to this case while he was out on bond. Because of this, a warrant was put out for his arrest.
Remember,
the officer, who at this point was just stunned at the audacity of someone calling the police over something so petty with an active warrant, decided to play it cool and call for backup. He gets the acknowledgement form, goes back to Antoine with the intent of making an arrest. When the officer returned, he handed Antoine the acknowledgement form. The police commenced small talk, trying not to alert the man of his imminent arrest. Soon, additional officers would arrive, and at this point, Antoine Sims began to grow visibly paranoid. Seeing the situation deteriorating, police would go for an arrest, and it's at this point that Antoine runs for it.
Okay, yeah, he's falling. Okay, chat. Like, how fast y'all think it's gonna take for him to fall? He's gonna fall, but how long y'all gonna think until it falls? I give it a cool little 5 seconds, and I think he's gonna trip over air.
Come over here, man.
No, I'm afraid of y'all, sir.
Why are you afraid?
3 years, sir. I'm afraid of you.
Alright, nigga did 3 years with an active warrant, bro. Still doing dumb shit. This nigga is fucking. Ooh, I almost said a word I'm not supposed to say on here.
I'm gonna walk you through. Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill. Am I ready?
Yeah.
No, let's do it again.
I've watched a lot of true crime, a lot of live PD and shit like that. And I've seen cops run and fall over nothing. What did he even trip over? I know he got a lot of heavy equipment, so they're not always as fast as they'll be without it. But like, god damn, how did that even happen, bro? I'm not asking this nigga to be Usain Bolt or something, but how did this nigga trip though?
No, let's do it again.
What happened? I got a call. Where did this nigga go? No way y'all lose. No way. No way y'all lose.
Car.
The fleet-footed French fry complainant ran from police for some time and even allegedly attempted to break into an apartment building during the pursuit.
Oh, he's just accumulating prize stars at this point.
Eventually, officers tracked Antoine Sims down, tased the man, and took him into custody. After arresting Sims, police would search his vehicle that he rode to McDonald's in and discovered 31 grams of marijuana.
Wow. Yo, this nigga is coked up, bro. Yo. And he was complaining about McDonald's fries. This dude had every arrestable offense. Bro had the infinity stones of arrestable offenses on him, bro. And just casually was doing what he was doing. That's wild.
So in addition to being in trouble for skipping court, he now had an additional charge of possession with intent to distribute. Antoine Sims is now back in jail and awaits court relating to his alleged involvement in the death of Adeliza Murtovic.
He was high
I'll
as fuck,
end this
bro.
segment with a YouTube comment under the police activity video showcasing the body cam footage of Antoine's arrest, which I think very well sums up the man's intelligence. This guy has the reasoning capabilities of a chicken McNugget.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Enough said.
Calling the cops over some cold French fries while you have an active warrant for your arrest is absurdly stupid. Antoine Sims would fit right in with our next harebrained fool caught up in a fast food disaster. That being the man who tried to impersonate In-N-Out Burger's CEO.
I don't think a nigga could be dumber than that last nigga. I know there's way we be having multiple stories in here, chat, but I don't think anybody on this list is going to be dumber than that last nigga. That might be one of the dumbest niggas I've seen in a wavy video yet, bro.
And got sued for it in civil court. In March of 2018, a man donning a suit entered an In-N-Out burger establishment in San Fernando Valley, California. Introducing himself by the name John Trollston, the sharply dressed man presented himself as the CEO of the company itself. Trollston claimed that he needed a burger and fry meal from the restaurant so that he could audit the place's quality and make sure that
it'd be like, bro, motherfuckers be doing this over burger and fries, mind you, chat. There's not none that really is like it's not a professional camera or a PC or any type of technology. This is like a $8 to $13 meal depending on what you getting, bro. This is crazy, bro. In-N-Out's cheaper. In-N-Out's actually on the cheaper end when it comes to fast food.
Up to In-N-Out standards. Some of the employees at the restaurant took the bait and gave the man food, but the obvious prank attempt at hand was caught on quickly by one of the managers, who denied John Trollston the attention he was seeking. See, it turns out Mr. Trollston was actually an online prankster named Cody Roeder. Roeder had already successfully perpetrated a similar prank, which was recorded and published to his YouTube channel, Troll Munchies. Seeing through Mr. Trollston's ruse, the manager at this In-N-Out establishment would call police over the matter. Upon realizing the police had been alerted, Cody, aka John Trollston,
is just a prank,
and hastily fled the restaurant and managed to escape the scene before the cops arrived. However, despite narrowly evading police confrontation, this wouldn't be the end of John Trollston's In-N-Out CEO impersonation antics. Cody would continue this same half-wit prank, hitting another In-N-Out location in Burbank, California, claiming that he was the CEO in an attempt to get free food. In the Burbank attempt, he goes as far as making a public scene by stepping on a burger in front of the restaurant's manager and customers.
Sir, I hate to say this, but
I need a
your
seat.
food's
I'm gonna retake your burger. Sir, I need you to leave now.
Yeah. Sir, this is just, it's garbage.
Hey.
Niggas really used to watch that shit. Like, niggas used to be, that shit is funny. Like, oh, that niggas really used to watch that shit too. That's the crazy thing about it.
He would avoid police incursion in this situation as well, and his videos continued to go up showcasing him pranking In-N-Out restaurants. But this Burbank incident would prove to be the last straw for In-N-Out. Apparently, prank channels had been swarming the areas and these In-N-Out restaurants around Los Angeles for some time, with many customers and employees complaining to the company about being filmed by opportunistic trolls and influencers who would visit their restaurants. As a result of Cody Roeder's In-N-Out Burger CEO impersonation pranks, Cody was sued by the company. Their lawsuit demanding that Cody be
Imagine getting sued over this prank, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough. And you know he not winning that. There's no way he wins. Unless his lawyer is Saul Goodman. There's no way he wins this.
And from In-N-Out burger establishments that he pay them $25,000 in damages and requested a restraining order be issued against the man that, if violated, would incur $1,000 of damages for each infringement. While the outcome of this lawsuit isn't public, videos related to In-N-Out Burger were removed from the Troll Munchies channel, so I can only imagine that the lawsuit had legs to some degree.
Damn.
In what's likely one of the most
is that first nigga though.
Disturbing crimes in the history of fast food, we now get to our final fast food disaster, the story of the McDonald strip search hoax. It's an incident involving a deeply unsettling crime that affected an 18-year-old employee, a crime that was facilitated due to the incompetence and negligence showcased by her management. On April 9th, 2004, at a McDonald's location in Mount Washington, Kentucky, assistant manager Donna Summers was working her shift when she got a phone call in her back office. Summers picked up the phone, and to the woman's surprise, the man on the line identified himself as a police officer, a man going by the name Officer Scott. Officer Scott
not my home state, KSC, Joe. Oh Lord, I don't like where this is going.
Promptly informed the assistant manager that one of her employees, 18-year-old Louise Ogborn, was reported to police by a customer who claimed that Louise had stolen money from them at the restaurant. As a part of this,
Wait, what? Hold on. Go right back. Let me hear
Officer Scott and identified himself as a police officer, a man going by the name Officer Scott. Officer Scott promptly informed the assistant manager that one of her employees, 18-year-old Louise Ogborn, was reported to police by a customer who claimed that Louise had stolen money from them at the restaurant. As a part of this policeman's investigation, the officer requested assistant manager Donna Summers to bring Louise to the manager's office and perform a search of the employee. Under the
Nigga, what kind of shit? What kind of protocol is this? What? If that's the case, the police officer would just come down and do it themselves, or not even do it. Why would you even do it in the? There's so many things wrong with this, bro. This is insane. This is like crazy protocol, bro. Crazy, yeah, facts. Crazy protocol, bro.
Premise of finding this allegedly stolen money. Donna Summers was initially skeptical at the claims made by the officer. However, the man on the phone was able to accurately describe Louise's physical appearance.
And the probably man some dudes that she knows, bro. I don't mean none.
Was able to put together a believable story that Donna Summers eventually believed to be legitimate. Wow. Under the assumption that she was aiding in a legit police investigation, while still on the phone with the officer, Donna summoned Louise to her office. And from here, things take a bizarrely dark turn. After Louise was in the office with Summers, Officer Scott ordered Donna Summers to perform a strip search on the employee.
Nigga, I'm not gonna cap you. I walked the f out. I promise you I'll walk the out. Is Donna not all the way there though? Like, I know she getting talked about by the police, but she not gonna ask nobody else. Like, she don't have no common sense to know that you can't strip search employees in the middle of like a restaurant. What kind of shit? I'm not gonna hold you. Donna getting sued too. Donna getting sued too. What kind of incompetence is this? I guess common sense ain't so common to everybody else, but what is this, Donna? You pushing like 70. What are you doing?
Under guidance from this disembodied authority figure, the assistant manager meticulously searched the clothing of Louise. Very particular search that the officer was ordering her to do. After about 30 minutes into the search, with Officer Scott requesting more interrogation done on the woman, Donna Summers would apparently express that this investigation was taking too much of her time and was interfering.
That's what's wrong with it. It's taking too much of your time up, Donna. I'm not gonna lie. Donna's an idiot. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Just from the protocol alone would have prompted a hang up. But she's literally, the police officer is asking you to do a strip search as a manager. Why would they ask you to do that?
With operations of the restaurant. The assistant manager would then leave the room and pass the phone along to another employee, 27-year-old Jason Bradley. Bradley was tasked with watching the accused Louise Ogborn until Donna Summers could return. Jason Bradley, now at the helm of the phone, began speaking with this alleged policeman. In subsequent interviews performed with Jason Bradley after this incident, the man claims that he felt that something was suspicious about the legitimacy of the officer on the line. 18-year-old Louise was terrified at this point, almost naked, and had been thoroughly searched with nothing found. The man thought, why wasn't the officer physically present if this was such a big deal? However, despite his suspicions, Jason Bradley would keep the phone line open with Officer Scott.
Jason, you gotta say something, my nigga. That shit don't make no sense. Jason, you gotta say something, my nigga.
Engaging in small talk with Officer Scott, sometime later, manager Donna Summers would return to inform those in the office of a rather unusual plan of action that was to take place. She informed everybody in the office that since the restaurant was so poorly staffed and that they were busy and couldn't really handle this on their own, that she had called her fiance, a man named Walter Nix, and this man would be coming to the restaurant to aid in the interrogation of
that crazy.
What the fuck is... Whoa. Whoa. What the fuck is happening? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The dude on the phone going to hell too, but Donna Summers is a different level of like... Donna Summers is actually like dead ass brain dead. I'm not gonna cap to you. Like, she's like severely brain dead. I'm starting to think she literally is in on there or something like that. With how brain dead some of these like things are, bro. What are you watching? I'm watching the internet's dumbest fast food crimes. Basically, Cohen's on this one. A fake police officer called a restaurant saying one of the employees stole some money, and now the manager is strip searching the employee because the fake nigga on the phone said to do it. and she's doing it, and she's doing worse than that. And I can't believe that we're even looking at this. Kaden, thank you for the 3 months. Jesus Christ, hold on.
And couldn't really handle this on their own, that she had called her fiance. She informed everybody in the office that since the restaurant was so poorly staffed and that they were busy and couldn't really handle this on their own, that she had called her fiance, a man named Walter Nix, and this man would be coming to the restaurant to aid in the interrogation of Louise Ogborn. Walter Nix was not a McDonald's employee and by no means should have been involved in this situation. But what becomes apparent as this story progresses is that Louise's management and her fellow McDonald's employees were deeply incompetent. After all, nobody had taken any action or raised an eyebrow at the concerning path that this bizarre investigation had gone down. An investigation being helmed by an officer that none of them had met. And sadly, Summer's boyfriend, Walter Nix's involvement in this situation would cause the entire McDonald's strip search incident to become far darker. Walter Nix...
How much darker can it get, bro? Yo, if I was this girl, bro, I would have been walked out. This is so embarrassing. She probably, like, really needs to work here or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gotta, like, take care of her family or something. Because I would have been... Even at Panera, bro, they try to make me do shit like this, I'm leaving immediately. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter. I was in a horrible position when I was at Panera. I would have left immediately, my nigga. How much worse can this story get, bro? This is already so, like, embarrassing. And there's multiple people coming in and seeing her almost naked and shit like that, half naked and shit. And, like, I'm not gonna, I would sue the fuck out of everybody involved. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. Especially the manager. The manager is actually, like, I think she's unfit to be a manager. I'm not gonna hold you. Caden, thank you for the 3 months.
Would arrive and man the phone sometime later, and what follows is 2 hours of Nix taking orders from Officer Scott on the phone. Orders that led to unspeakable abuse against Louise.
What? Nigga, is this a real story? Like, there's no way these are real people. Like, there's no way these are real people, like, who are taking orders from a police officer with no identification, no proof, just the fact that, oh, he knows what she looks like, so he must be a police officer. Like, these are the dumbest niggas I've ever seen, and nobody is the voice of reason here. The husband is just as stupid as the f***ing wife.
Including but not limited to sexual assault.
What?
The terrified woman feeling compelled to stay and endure this treatment under fear of getting in trouble with police. After being assaulted under orders from Officer Scott, Walter Nix would leave the room, and Assistant Manager Donna Summers would then send in staff custodian 58-year-old Tom Sims to speak with the police officer.
Please be the voice of reason.
Thankfully, Mr. Sims would be the man to break the chain of abuse.
Thank you, Tom. Yo, I can already tell the janitor was a real ass nigga, bro. Yo, janitors, one thing about janitors is that janitors is already, like, very humble in nature, my nigga. So most janitors actually know what the fuck going on. Finally, goddamn, everybody in this story is so fucking, like, brain dead. It actually, like, is making me mad, bro. Yo, everybody involved in this story is so stupid, bro. Basically assaulted this girl for 2+ hours because of a fake police call, and he didn't even, like, I want to see what happens to this Donna lady. I want Donna to get in the worst way. The guy on the phone, I want him to go to hell too, but I want Donna to get in the worst way. I'm not going to, because Donna's incompetent.
That was occurring against this poor employee. Upon manning the phones, Officer Scott then instructed Custodian Sims to remove Louise's apron. The custodian, who was already confused by the situation at hand, became extremely concerned upon hearing this request and felt that his fellow employees had played into the hands of some sort of twisted deviant, posing as an officer. The custodian immediately got Assistant Manager Donna Summers and explained to her that they had likely just been duped, asserting that Officer Scott was a fraud and his call was a hoax. It would be at this moment that Officer Scott would end the phone call. After this development, Donna had finally come to the same disturbing realization that Custodian Sims had. The employees had assisted some freak out there in abusing Louise. McDonald's upper management were soon notified about the situation, and it wouldn't be long until police would arrive as well. A criminal investigation and inquiry was launched into the abuse of Louise Ogborn, and authorities sought out to find the man that made the Officer Scott boycott phone call. What Donna Summers and her employees didn't realize at the time of this incident taking place was that there was a serial hoax caller on the loose. An unknown man.
A serial hoax caller. A serial hoax caller. I ain't gonna lie. If you're ever in that point in life where your only goal in life is to call different establishments and as a serial hoax, you are a fucking loser, my nigga. I've never heard of that in my life. Even to this day, I've never heard of a serial hoax caller, bro. Donna's an idiot. I just want to put that out there for everybody to know. Donna's an actual idiot. That don't even sound real, like a serial hoax caller. Nobody, they better find him. With all these number tracings and shit, if they cannot find a serial hoax caller, bro, I'm not gonna leave the justice system is cooked at this point in time. Let's see.
Taking place was that there was a serial hoax caller on the loose. An unknown man had been making threatening phone calls all around the U.S. to individuals and businesses impersonating authority figures and using blackmail to compel workers to perform sadistic acts that fulfilled his own sexual fantasies, most of which targeted fast food restaurants or retail stores. And after a long investigation, police would name a suspect. The man behind the McDonald strip search call
pre-neckbeard
and many others was alleged by police to be 38-year-old David R. Stewart, a Walmart security guard from.
Oh yeah, that's a Discord mod. Oh yeah. That's a Discord mod. Oh yeah, that's a Discord mod. Oh yeah, that's a Discord mod, bro. Oh yeah, that's a Discord mod, bro. Oh yeah, that's a Discord mod, bro. Oh, yeah. You could tell, bro. That's not me. I'm not talking about you. That's a Discord like mod. Like I'm not talking about he mods a Discord. I'm not talking about modding a Discord. I'm talking about he mods Discord. Like this the actual Discord, the app, he mods that shit. Nigga, he's the moderator for the actual app, my nigga. 10 terabytes. Somebody check this nigga hard drive immediately. You know the funny thing and the sad thing about this, without even finishing the story, I can tell bro's gonna get like less than 10 years like with probation and probably get released early or something like that, even though he did all this. I guarantee, because that's usually how these stories go, so I don't be surprised, bro.
Panama City, Florida. According to police, David R. Stewart was found to have been in the possession of phone cards associated with call log data from the
You have to pay for phone cards. Where's your job at, bro, that you're doing this?
Mentioned abuse hoax calls, and police had surveillance footage of Stewart purchasing the.
If you don't know what phone cards are, basically back in the day, you had to use a phone card to make longer distance calls. So yeah, that's what phone cards are. I forgot. I'm not gonna lie to this, but I forgot phone cards were even a thing. That's fucking crazy. That phone cards was really a thing. That's fucking wild. I forgot all about phone cards. I'm not gonna hold you.
Aforementioned abuse hoax calls, and police had surveillance footage of Stewart purchasing these very cards. As a result of what happened to Louise at McDonald's in Mount Washington, Kentucky, David Stewart was arrested on June 30th of 2004 and was charged with impersonating a police officer and solicitation of sodomy. Walter Nix, Louise's most serious in-person abuser, was brought in on charges of sodomy and assault. The man would later be found guilty and sentenced to serve 5 years in prison. Donna Summers, who's next.
Donna, please give Donna 10. They're not gonna give Donna as much as that bored ass nigga. Even though that the husband is a bitch and he definitely needs more than 5. I'm not gonna hold you. But Blue Rye was blackmailed. He didn't know. He's an idiot and he's incompetent. It doesn't matter if he knew or not. He should get 10 plus. At least 15 actually. At least 15. At the bare minimum 15. I ain't gonna have to. At the bare minimum 15. And then this lady, I want Donna to get life just off of incompetency. You know what I'm saying? I want Donna to get like, because she basically like, she's actually incompetent. I don't think people this incompetent should be out with the rest of us just walking around. So I think Donna should get at least life at the bare minimum, personally.
Negligence helped facilitate the abuse of Louise, was convicted on misdemeanor charges, and was sentenced to serve a year of probation. And what would become of David Stewart, the man alleged to have been behind this hoax call? Well, David Stewart was facing up to 15 years in prison for his alleged crimes. But during trial, the prosecution failed to provide any direct evidence proving David was the voice in the hoax call. As sadly, despite there being video recording from inside the McDonald's, the camera did not capture audio, nor was the phone call recorded in any other way. While police had connected him to the purchasing of phone cards related to hoax calls, the proof was only circumstantial in relation to the McDonald's case. Because of this, the jury did not find the man guilty, and he was acquitted of any criminal wrong. I
feel so bad for that girl. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. She probably never wants to work any retail job in her life, and the police is like, oh well, no audio recording, so can't prove it. So I mean, we gotta quit this nigga. Even though there's probably, if it's not him, there's still a hoax caller, but we're not gonna we don't care. We don't care about the hoax caller. You gonna charge the 2 other niggas who, granted, do deserve to be charged, but just like be like, oh well, there's no audio, so I mean, like, you know. Maria.
Wrongdoing. Curiously, hoax calls of this sort completely stopped afterwards. The accused man has never spent a day in prison stemming from this incident despite evidence linking him to the crime, and he maintains a clean criminal record. As for Louise, the tragic victim of the McDonald's hoax call, in 2007, she would file a massive lawsuit against McDonald's, asking for $200 million in damages.
I think that's solid. That's a solid amount. She better have one too. I think that's a solid amount.
Attorneys for McDonald's claim that the blame mostly belonged to Donna Summers for not recognizing the hoax and not the greater company. But in the end, they were found liable. Ultimately, Louise was awarded $1.1 million. Found liable. Ultimately, Louise was awarded $1.1 million in punitive damages resulting from this case. And bizarrely enough, Donna Summers, the assistant manager, was awarded $400,000 herself in a separate civil suit filed.
Oh my fucking god! By the way, amazing, wonderful video. I just want to put this out here, bro. Plugs, don't touch that, by the way, but Donna, oh my god, bro. I've never met such an incompetent. I thought one of my managers, I had some cool managers up in there, but I thought one of my managers was incompetent. But Donna's actually like, I don't know. Donna's a different level. I ain't gonna hold you. I've never seen somebody that incompetent in the fast food place in my life. Like, don't pick up on social cues or none of that. I ain't gonna cap to you. But amazing video from Wendy nonetheless. If you're watching this on YouTube, Twitch Blue Eye in the description. Come to the streams. Don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? I BG. Alright.
Put this bitch back like I'm double heaven. Hold up, triple deuces. Put this bitch up, we got all the juices. Hold up, speak to heaven. Eat that by my mama, demon minute. We body chill, at least I want bite.